interesting ride through COVID. We've definitely got our processes and internal operating distribution process it's a well-oiled machine now when it comes to how we distribute our food. Previously doing deliveries, but because of the colder weather and the snow and the ice that comes with that, having volunteers out on the road making deliveries was something that we wanted to avoid any risk that came along with some injuries or accidents. So we've changed our distribution model internally here at the Sharing Place to allow for people to come in and pick up their food at our facility in a socially distanced way, but still providing the opportunity for people to custom order. So we're able to make sure that our members access the food that they want. We're definitely getting an increase in the demand, and we are well aware that will probably continue. But our facility itself, when it comes to our supplies, we are keeping up when it comes to supplies. And that's because people are making financial donations. So we're no longer having as many food donations coming in, which is a good thing because it's they're shifting towards financial donations. And that's without a doubt the best way to support a food bank, because then we can purchase what we need in bulk, wholesale prices. 1 in 6 kids in Canada live in a food insecure household. So that means that the household that they're living in have trouble affording food, paying for rent, and so they need to make a choice where they allocate their funds. And so, unfortunately, the breakfast and snack programs that existed at school, if you think of it, that parent that's in a home, and the other big stat is 65% of people that are food insecure, they're attached to the labor market. So they have salaries, the major income comes from salaries or wages. And so these are parents that are working really hard throughout the day, are coming home, making probably minimum wage, but with inflation, minimum wage does not cover the costs of what one needs to survive, right? And so they need to access programs like a food bank or like a student breakfast and snack program that exists at elementary schools. So a lot of these parents would know that, okay, I can save some money with breakfast and some lunch snacks. I can send my kid to school. They've got a good program where the kids can eat. Well, when they go to school, the program now is a lot smaller. They're no longer providing the type of food that they historically provided, because it all has to be grab-and-go snacks where there's no preparation, no volunteers in preparing the food. So these programs are now a lot smaller when it comes to the type of food that they can distribute. The program provides 80 kids per school, 2 portions, 1 grain, 1 fruit per day. And now we're supplying the schools. They also have their own funding to be able to supply more food as well. So it's not like that's the only thing they're receiving. But definitely we know from many of the schools that the current program and the type of food that they're supplying is not enough. The more money obviously we receive, the more support we can provide. We've shifted our programming to be much more focused on food access and really increasing the amount of food that we can provide our member base, but it's all dictated by funding. So we can only support and provide as much food as financial donations that we get in. So currently right now, the Sharing Place is focusing majority of our energy on our food bank, the student nutrition program, which we just spoke about there. And then we're also cooking in one of the churches, a small group of volunteers being able to create, we did, I think it was on Tuesday, just over 200 portions of soup that we're able to distribute out of our facility, our food bank, and then other community partners could distribute those as well. And so we're going to continue to do that. And then the future of the Sharing Place is making sure that we're able to do a lot more of that cooking. Like we have a phenomenal food recovery program where we have a refrigerated truck on the road going to our different retail partners. If it's No Frills, if it's Costco, Giant Tiger, picking up the surplus food that exists at their facilities, or even going out to like 50-acre farms and Bass Lake farms. During the growing season, we were able to pick up a lot of their surplus produce, bringing that into our facility. We're going to be constructing a commercial kitchen on site to be able to process a lot of that food into ready-made meals, where we're able to cook them, get them into the to-go containers, freeze them or distribute them fresh out of our food bank or supporting other community partners in the Orillia area. So that's our core focus, is making sure that we have the financial capacity to be able to do that, to be able to fund the development of this commercial kitchen, and then continually to increase the amount of access to food. We are focusing a lot of energy on making sure that we're here to supply food, but I just really hope that that the governments, whoever is in power at whatever time, really focus on looking at ways to truly provide people with more income, because it's required. We should not be the ones trying to solve the problem. People should be provided with the opportunity to solve it themselves.